everyone. This is Chris and Sandy Bent with the Chris and Sandy Show. We get up close and personal from amazing guests throughout the entertainment industry. And today, like I say on every episode, we got a great one for you. Who do we have?
Yes, we have Jordan Beckham with us today. She grew up in Jacksonville, Florida, and started social media at the age of 12. She is an influencer and very passionate about what she does, and we're going to find out more about that from her.
And we're excited to have her on. So welcome to the show.
Welcome.
Hi, thank you guys for having me. I'm so glad.
We're excited because you're our very first influencer that we've had.
Yes.
That is amazing. Thank you guys for the opportunity.
So we're proud to have you as the first of that in that industry.
Thank you.
So, this past year, especially doing what you're doing, everybody with COVID has been tough.
Yeah.
So tell us how that's kind of been for you and what you've done to kind of maneuver through that.
So COVID's been it's gone on a pretty long time. Honestly, I thought that it wouldn't last this long. And there was a lot of traveling blocks, you can't go this and you can't go there and stuff. And honestly, to get more content and to make people more engaged, you have to have a change of scenery. And honestly, with all of that, I feel like it was very hard to do. If you didn't know, I moved to Vegas for a little social media house or whatever.
Oh, wow.
And it was honestly difficult to, at the age of 16, to first of all leave my family and to kind of change my whole scenery and everything. So, and the biggest thing in Vegas is, the strip and stuff. And honestly, closed down, there wasn't a lot of people around and stuff. So honestly, with what I do, with the pictures and videos and stuff, you have to have a change of scenery. And honestly, I feel like that put a stop to all of that.
Oh, wow.
So what have you done to kind of maneuver through that? I mean, because again, that can be rough.
Yes.
Yeah. So I just kind of took advantage of what I did have in my home because it was a beautiful house in Vegas, very white, very beautiful. And I had a photographer with me there who did all of my stuff for me with me there. Very thankful and just took advantage of what I had because honestly, in things like this was a new thing for all of us. It was hard to maneuver with that. But yeah, I just took advantage of what I did have and I'm so blessed to be doing what I'm doing. Nothing's going to stop me. So I just really honestly tried to push in and create as much as I could with what I had at the time.
It's funny. You said nothing's going to stop you. Back in our wedding video, we did, that wasn't our wedding song, but there was a song that they threw in the wedding video that's called "Nothing's Gonna Stop Us Now."
Yeah, we've taken that on as our song.
Yeah. And that was 19 years ago, or almost 19 years ago. So October 5th will be 19 years.
Wow, that's crazy.
So, what are some hobbies you like to do?
So honestly, I love to create 24/7. Honestly, I just
your
love
hobby.
Yeah, I love that. And then I'm very close with my family, very close with my family, always have been. They've been very supportive in all of this. So honestly, just creating content, going to the pool with them, the beach with them. I'm very close with my brother too, and he lives with me right now. So just hanging out with them, creating content.
Do they ever get tired of the camera?
Huh?
Do they ever get tired of the camera being around?
No, they don't. I'm thankful for that. Very thankful for that. But
they love it too.
I love it.
That's awesome. So
what would you say is something quirky about you?
Quirky. Oh, wow. Okay. Oh my gosh. I literally don't know.
We get some of the craziest answers on this question.
The best answers.
Quirky. Jeez, I don't know. I literally give me a little example of what you've got. Well,
different people, I mean, unusual.
Yeah, unusual.
That people wouldn't know.
Yes,
Okay.
unusual talent or anything like that, or just a quirky habit.
Oh, okay. I know sign language. That's not really, but I had to take that for a language in school. So I know sign language. It was pretty fun.
Oh, wow.
Awesome.
Nice.
A lot of people would ask, when did you know you wanted to go this content creator ways? But I always like to go further than that. When did it actually click for you that, wow, this could be a career for you?
Yeah. So I would say, I when I started this when I was 12, like I said,
Mhm.
and a lot of people were coming to me like for help in their personal lives, like
Yeah.
um,
Yeah.
I don't like myself, like I'm not comfortable in my own skin, like I don't have friends, like school's very hard for me, like I have no friends and stuff, I'm getting bullied, and I was their outlet, which like blew my mind. Like I was like 13 at the time. I was like dealing with they were dealing with and stuff in school. And I was like, what? There's no way. And I helped a lot of girls with suicide, and I
Yeah.
tried to
Wow.
prevented that and stuff. Like me and my mom. My mom's a preacher, like with her husband,
Mhm.
my
Oh,
dad.
cool.
And so we have this like outlet of like just wanting to help people all the time. And I feel like that's when it clicked. I was like, this could be, I can help people. Like, I can enjoy what I do. And it's just like an outlet for people to get happiness from a video, which blows my mind. I loved that about it.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And, you know, we love Jacksonville, Florida. You know, we live in
We
Savannah,
do.
Georgia,
Yeah.
and
Okay.
we go down to Jacksonville probably twice a month just for the day because it's
Oh,
only
yes.
2 hours away. So we
Yeah.
do a lot of time down in Jacksonville.
Yeah.
And I know you don't live there now, but what was it like growing up in Jacksonville?
It was good. I loved it. Really close to the beach, you know. I'm actually here right now. I'm visiting my mom. I'm
Oh,
here.
cool.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I loved it. I don't know, like all my family's here, you know, like some of my family's in Fernandina Beach, which is a beautiful area.
Mm.
Mhm.
So I loved it being close to the beach and everything. I love the beach. Like I love all of that. So it was really good.
I always tell everybody that Jacksonville is the best kept secret of Florida
Yes, we
because
love
everybody
that
thinks
area.
about moving to Miami, to Tampa, Orlando, Daytona. They don't think Jacksonville. And they think I'm crazy when I say that. I'm like, you're the reason why it's the best kept secret because people think I'm crazy.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
I love it here. Yeah.
Because we were planning on eventually moving to Jacksonville, but because the show took off and a lot of our contacts are in Nashville, we've decided in about a year we're going to move up to Nashville.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Wow. That's so crazy. Oh my gosh. Yeah.
So as you know, a lot of people, they see the glory behind what you do. So take us through what it really takes, because because they don't see the grind, the sacrifice, the tears, the struggles it takes to get to any level within the entertainment world. And I
Yeah.
want to take a few minutes just to talk about that side of it. What have you had to sacrifice, and what do people not understand about what you do?
Of course. So a lot of people don't realize that this is a full-time job. Like
Mhm.
all the time, like you're always working, you're always figuring out what deals you have to do, like, you know, you have to have a full schedule. And honestly, I moved to Miami like a month and a half ago, and I've been like busting my butt, like working so much and trying to figure out, because you want to be the best person you can be for all of these, you know, 3.9 million followers that you do have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Mhm.
A lot like comes behind the scenes, like trying to figure out if this is good enough for people. Are people going to enjoy this? Are people going to engage? And I think that a lot of people don't understand that there's so much hate that comes with my job. And if they get bullied in school, like by a group of girls, like imagine like almost 4 million people watching at all times. It is
Oh,
insane.
wow.
Yeah. And I'm so blessed to have like a family and like people around me that they keep me like sturdy and you
Grounded.
person.
Mhm.
Yeah. And like I honestly don't read the hate comments.
Yeah.
I don't read,
Yeah.
and they don't get to me when I like, you know, when sneaks in like my eye
Mhm.
and it doesn't get to me because I know who I am as a person and I know
Yeah.
who,
Yeah.
and I would say that there's a lot going behind it. But honestly, if you want to do something, you should go for it, because I was 12 years old when I started this, and now I'm 17, and I've you know been
You're
through
controlling your own destiny.
yes, and honestly, I wouldn't change it for the world. Like
I mean, can you imagine? And again, nothing wrong with the people that go this route, but can you imagine being in a 9 to 5 cubicle now?
I cannot. It's crazy to like once you've once you've done this, you don't want
Mhm.
to go to that. Like you just your mind is just in what you have been doing, and you fall in love with it. So
Yeah.
But that's like with, we've been married, almost 19
Mhm.
years, like I said earlier. And in that 19 years, although we've had struggle years and non-struggle years financially,
of
we've
course,
never had like jobs. We do
yeah,
little side things to keep
Right.
us afloat while we build the show and
Yes,
stuff,
gig work
and do that
things
and
like
gig
that.
work and all different things, because I don't want the 9 to 5.
I don't either.
Right.
And so when I see people on social media talking about, people like you are lazy and all that, I cringe, because I'm like, you just don't know what goes behind the scenes. And like you said, the bullying part, I think, is the harshest thing, because
Oh,
and
that
it's usually
is.
adults, ain't it?
Yeah, honestly, I would say that. Yeah,
Mhm.
And that's the crazy part, because
Yes.
when people talk about teens bullying each other on social media, I'm always like, I don't post this because I don't try to get into drama, but I think
Right.
to myself, yeah, I see you bullying people, so that's where they get it from. Again, when they see adults doing all this, whether it's over politics, religion, or whatever,
Whatever the issue is.
it's going to rub off on the next generation.
yeah, I agree with that 100%.
And it's exciting that that you're grounded and all that. I love that, because again, I think it's so important to talk about this type of stuff, because I think sometimes, even if one person can say, you know what, I was that troll,
I
and if
know.
we can
Yeah.
help them see that you're human just like
Right.
they are,
Mhm.
you
Absolutely.
just want to do life different than they do. That's all.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have insecurities. I have, fears, everything. Like I'm just a regular person who just decided to, step out and try to, follow my dream, I guess.
Exactly. And I
We
love,
love
and that's
that.
what we
Yes.
love, having people on that are following their
Yes.
dreams and all that, because I think that that's what makes the world go round.
Yep.
And now you said about 3.9 million TikTok followers. Let's talk about that. How did you get there? Because that's,
That is
it's one thing for 500,000 Instagram, but
Yeah.
3.9 million TikTok. What got you there, do you think?
So I started on Musically. If you didn't know, Musically switched over to TikTok.
Okay.
And
Oh, I didn't know that.
12. My friends kind of introduced me to the app, and I was like, what is this app? Like, I'll do it, whatever. I actually couldn't understand how to work the app, so I deleted it for like 2 months. I was like, I'm done. I cannot do this. I re-downloaded it. I finally got the hang of it, and then I started gaining like 2,000 to 3,000 followers a day, and I was like, mind blown. I was like, that is crazy. Like, I'm famous when I had like 10,000 followers. Yeah, it was crazy. And then I just started like posting like twice a day, and then it switched over to TikTok, and I was like, oh gosh, like I'm going under. Like, there's no way I'm gonna like keep these people like engaged, because it's a totally different platform. Everybody's on TikTok now. Like my parents have a TikTok, and like they go through and they just go on their For You page and stuff. So it's totally transformed to like an app where anybody can go on. So I wanted to get out of my comfort zone when it came to TikTok, because Musically, if you didn't know, was like a lip syncing app, and you had to do like all these hand movements and stuff. And yep, that was me. But
now it's everything.
Yeah, and then I just started to get out of my comfort zone, like post with my family on there, like more of my friends, because Musically is just myself. I just really wanted to like it be all about me, whatever. I was younger, and yeah, so and then I started doing like little dance videos, like little like comedy videos with my brother, and my brother was in my video. And I just kind of started to be myself in my videos, more like you could see who I was, other than like a rap song that I was singing. But honestly, I feel like kind of being myself and being different, I would say that people like were engaged and was like, oh, like she is a regular human being. Like, and that's why I started YouTube, actually, was because I think that you can get a lot out of me in 11-minute video than like a second video,
Yeah.
Yeah, because I mean, talking about being authentic, I love that, because when we started this show, I remember talking to a Nashville friend. I asked him what advice he'd give us as we launch, and I'll never forget him telling us that whatever you do, start, be, and stay authentic. He said, because he says you can be a Bobby Bones, you can be Ty Bentley, and he says you might even be kind of good at it and telling their jokes or whatever,
Yeah.
and might create some type of audience. But the day will come when authentic Chris comes out, and when that day comes, you're going to lose every bit of your followers because they were never attracted to that. He says you may grow slower, but you'll gain with the right audience if you just be yourself.
Yes, I agree.
100%.
And
Speaking of myself, I remember we did an interview with Jeff Coffey, who was one of the members of Chicago in the past.
Oh, yes.
And I remember after the interview, I went to his page as he shared it, and I was reading a few comments, and I seen one comment on there that says, "Love the interview, but the host was," what was it?
Wendy.
Wendy. And I had to ask her, what does that even mean? And
I was like, I guess it means long-winded.
And I was like, okay, that's me. That's my authentic self because I like to talk. I have toned it down some, but I still like to talk.
Yeah.
Now, as you know, a lot of people, they see the people like you and Blake Sheltons and Brad Pitts and all the top stars. They don't see the teams behind them. And in our opinion, the teams never get the love they deserve.
Yep.
So take a few moments just to tell us about the team that helped you be who you are.
I would say my mom, is so, with me in anything I do. Like, I'm wanting to start something soon, like a clothing, like my own.
Yeah.
And my mom, I've been home because my dad's in the hospital with COVID right now. It's really bad. So please pray for me.
Oh, wow.
We'll do that.
We will. Absolutely.
Yeah. So I'm here visiting with her because, it's her husband, it's really upsetting. Sad. So I'm with her and we've just been talking and about what I'm wanting to do because I want this to be more than I'm on TikTok. I'm on TikTok. I would love to create a brand. I would like to help people. And she's just making everything so smooth. And she always has. And she just is so with me, in everything I do. And with my brother and my dad, everybody around her is just a person that she can go to. My mom is the person to always, and I'm so thankful for her because she makes a lot of things happen for me. And I have a manager too, which is amazing. She makes a lot of things possible as well. Her name is Lexi. She's in Australia. So, and then my dad, he's more of the numbers guy. He loves just looking at the numbers and being mind blown by them. I love him for that because he just goes through my numbers all the time and it's wow, you're I'm so proud of you and stuff. And my brother, yeah, he's just my best friend and he's doing what I'm doing, and we've just stuck together all of our lives. And honestly, my family is is so important, so important. So
especially doing what you do to help you. Again, when you rise to fame, no matter what area of life it is, you have to be grounded.
Always. Yeah. And the people around you really make or break that for you. And they have to remind you if you're doubting yourself, they will remind you always who you are. Mm-hmm.
Now, speaking of mom, tell a mom story that kind of and again, you probably got thousands of these, but tell us a story where she did something for your career and you're wow, she really gets, this is what I want to do. This is my passion.
Yeah. Okay. So, yeah, I have a lot actually. I think, so last February, I was actually on the Maury Povich show.
Oh, wow.
Or the whole influencer thing. He kind of wanted to show, kind of like you guys, I'm the first influencer and stuff. And I got the call, I got a DM from the producer and I was Mom, I'm not fit for that. There's no way I'm going to be on TV and be able to speak and not stutter and freak out. And it was it was in New Jersey. I think we filmed in New Jersey. And she just picked up the phone so quick, just called the number for me and with me, standing by me and being you got this. This is easy to
she's you're doing it.
What she wants to do, please step out of your box and do it. And I would just talk to the producer and was I was just doubting myself. I was there's
which we all do.
We all do.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. It's just a part of life. No matter what, if you're on a 9-to-5 job, you're going to doubt yourself too. And situations and stuff. And it's just a part of life. And my mom really honestly stuck by me when that situation, and we flew to like New Jersey and stuff, and my whole family was there, and they just pushed me and they wanted me to step out. And honestly, I feel like that was a like a real start. Like,
Wow.
this would be so cool. And like, so, and I had 1.6 million then. So,
And now,
yeah. And
Yeah.
a year later.
and it's been, again, she's that for me. There are many times where I feel like I'm about to jump off the cliff. I'm like, okay, we're just like you trying to build this show.
Mhm.
We want to be the Bobby Bones, the Kelly Clarkson show and type of thing. We want to be that one day daytime TV interview show.
Yeah.
But as a married couple, I just never seen that. So it'd
Yeah,
be
I
really
love
cool.
that.
So we have the big vision. And sometimes I'm like on that cliff where I'm like, I can't do this. I feel like, okay, it's not working. It's not working fast enough. It's like, we get 200 rejections a month and it's like, oh God, I'm like going crazy here. Like, is anybody going to say yeah? And then she has to say, you've said you're going to quit so many times. It's not going to happen. And she goes, look, we've come this far. We got to finish it.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, it takes time. Like, good things take time, honestly.
They do.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have to come to my senses. And I've got a friend of mine who wrote a book about podcasting, and he interviewed a ton of people that's their career now. Mm-hmm. And it was like 99% of them, it took like 3 or more years before they made it to the point to where they were living on it. And I'm like, okay, well, we're 19 months in, so we still got time.
Yeah. Yeah, but you guys are doing amazing though. I'm like, please don't give up, like, ever. I know, like, I'm 17. I'm like talking to you guys about this. Like, honestly, if God brought you to this, like, he will bring you through it. And like, you're doing amazing. A lot of people love you guys. So yeah.
Oh, well, we appreciate that. And one thing I've learned in life, when you get advice, it really doesn't matter the age. I'm turning 50 later this month.
Okay.
And I'm like, you know what? There's so much to still learn, especially within the tech world. And it's like, it's so exciting. Now, granted, be honest, it's a little scary. Some of the things you see with like AI, I'm like, okay, you sit there and think, okay, where could that go? And ooh, that's not good. But then at the same time, it's exciting too.
I know. Trial and error, honestly. Like, you gotta throw some stuff on the wall and see what sticks and what doesn't stick. Like a lot of things. Yeah.
What's funny is we do have a TikTok account under Chris and Sandy Show, but we ain't done nothing yet. But it's just sitting there.
Yeah, it's just there. Maybe for our kids to use eventually, or
I'll think of something to be our first. In fact, I even thought about, now in TikTok, since that sounds like what you're really master of. Can you do like a small video and have it link to something?
Yeah, so you can like screen record like on your iPhone or something, like the podcast or like the video. That's what I do with my YouTube videos. I screen record it and then so you say like link in bio and then just put the link in your bio to the video. That's what I do usually.
I thought about making possibly our first video being a portion of this. On TikTok, and then that way, then they can see that and go to the YouTube channel.
Screen record it and then just put in the caption like link is in the bio to go watch, and then you can put like edit bio and then just put the link where the link would go. So,
awesome.
And it brings you traction.
Awesome. Yeah. Now, speaking of teams that we just had, as you know, we've got a 9-year-old, and we always let him come on, ask 3 questions. Because we are a family affair show. So Sandy's going to go get him real quick.
Yes, I will get him. His name is Christopher.
And we've got a 2-year-old daughter that when she gets older, she'll be plugged into the show too.
Okay. Oh, that's so cool. I love that you're like family. Like everything's family.
Yeah, and that's one of the reasons why we wanted you on, because we seen by reading up on you that family's everything for you.
I know. I agree. Hello, Christopher.
Hi, Jordan. So what's your favorite food?
Sorry, what'd you say?
What's your favorite food?
Oh, that's a good question. Oh, chicken fingers and French fries. I love chicken fries.
And what's yours?
Mine is pizza.
Oh, I love pizza so much.
He could eat it all day long.
I know. Hey, pizza's so good.
If we fed it to him, he would eat it too.
So what's your favorite TV show?
TV show. Okay, Family Feud. I know that's like so weird, but me and my family watch it like all the time, and it's just like a fun little, like, we can laugh.
We love that show.
Yeah, Family Feud probably.
And you know what's funny about that show is, in fact, I'm trying to get Steve Harvey on our show because he's like an idol to me. He's really awesome. And I did a new pitch to him, so hopefully this might work.
Yeah.
But we booked for September 13th, John Tesh.
Mm-hmm.
And since he's this big host from years ago, I'm like, you know what? Let's do like a week of nothing but show hosts.
That would be amazing.
So I pitched it in that way today. So we'll see if we get an answer for that. Because you know, sometimes you pitch it in a different way. They're like, oh, I like that idea. So we interview nothing but show hosts for 1 week.
Mm-hmm. That's a good idea.
And what's yours?
Mine is SpongeBob.
I love. Oh, I used to watch SpongeBob all the time.
Yeah, and what's been cool about the show is because we bring on, of course, anybody in entertainment, including actors, and and he watches a lot of Disney and Nickelodeon shows, so we've been able to bring on a lot of people from his shows. Like one of the recent ones was really cool. Is we brought on the girl that plays Destiny on Bunked.
Oh wow! Yeah, I used to watch that show. Yeah,
he loves that show.
Yeah.
So it was really cool having her. I haven't been able to get Debbie Ryan on, but we keep trying.
Hey, that'd be so cool.
I mean, Debbie Ryan from Jesse.
Yeah.
You know, but we did get Kevin from Jesse. Kevin Chamberlain. Yeah. He came on the show. That was really cool because both Jesse and Bunked is his two favorite shows.
Yes.
On those channels. So next.
Okay, so what's your favorite movie?
Movie? I love Coraline. I don't know if you know what that is. A lot of people don't like that movie. I don't know. Like, me and my childhood best friend used to watch it together. So yeah.
Wow. And what's yours?
Mine's the Minions movie.
Oh.
And he's got the Minion shirt on.
Yes.
Despicable Me. Yes.
Yeah. He loves all of those. Yeah. And Caitlin, even our 2-year-old, she loves if we're walking in the mall and there's like a little Minion in there, we have to go in that store.
Yep. Those are such cute movies though. They're really good.
Bye, Nate.
Bye. So nice to meet you.
Good job. Yeah, he loves being a part of this. We've done over 400 interviews now since we launched. And that was the crazy thing is when we launched January of 2020, and a couple months before COVID, and our original plan was to do 100 interviews that year. Never imagined where we are today. And then COVID happens. And I told Sandy, this is probably our silver lining. A lot of people who normally wouldn't come on a news show might be willing to come on a news show.
Yeah.
And because of that, we did over 300 interviews last year, and we're at about 430 now.
Wow. So amazing.
So so COVID has kind of been our silver lining.
Yeah, I'm so happy for you guys. That's amazing.
I hate that people are dying from it, and hopefully we can get through this mess.
Hopefully we can.
And we'll definitely pray for your dad.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
So what church do they pastor at? Are you allowed to say?
Yeah, Restore Church. It's actually on the north side of Jacksonville. So yeah.
Oh, cool.
They go back and forth, like preaching back and forth. It's like a husband and wife kind of thing. So
cool.
That's awesome.
Yeah, being a husband and wife, we love that.
Yeah.
And hopefully one day when you get married, you can have that kind of relationship to where you and your husband can do things together. Because I think that, again, a lot of people disagree with me on this, but me being a Christian and believe in God, I believe that when you marry, that you're supposed to become one, even in career. I just believe that.
Yeah. And it honestly helps a lot too.
Exactly. So, there's a lot of people that do what you do now. Is there anybody out there that you would love to collaborate with that do what you do?
Emma Chamberlain. Do you know who that is?
Oh, we do. Yes.
Yes, I love her so much, and I've watched her for a long time. Yeah. A little bit of a potty mouth, but she's so funny, and I love just what she does. So I love her. Yeah.
What are some sources of inspiration for your content, for your creations?
So I think the fashion, I think I'm very fashion related, I would say. I just think the whole traveling and I don't know, just a bunch of Instagram models, honestly. If they have millions of followers, I feel like if I did similar content to them and stuff, people would jump on them wagon and be like, oh, like I'm gonna be a person too.
Oh, wow.
So
Yeah. Right. And what would you like your legacy to be? What would you want to be most known and remembered for?
so with my brand that I was talking about earlier with like starting with my mom or whatever, I would say that I really want to touch on relationships and like
Wow.
what is good, what is not, because a lot in this generation, like a lot of people have toxic relationships, and I want to help people through that and be like what's right and what's wrong. So I would say that, and like just like being real and like authentic. Like a lot of people aren't like that nowadays, like with
That's
everything happening, and I just want to be the real person that I'm a human being too behind like, you know, all those followers and stuff. So
Love that.
And if you could relay any message to your followers, what would you want to tell them?
thank you guys for everything. You guys are making this possible. I love you guys so much, and please like go for your dreams, follow your dreams, because it's honestly it's worth it. It's amazing. So
Yeah, because you know you're gonna die one day, and the key is to not die with many regrets.
Right.
Yeah.
And because that was something that I've always lived my life. You know what? We felt, I would rather try something and fail than to do nothing and succeed.
I know.
Yeah.
That's good.
Because
Yeah.
it's one of them things where especially you think a lot now that I'm about to be 50 and all that. I'm like, okay, so if nothing else, I only got a half a life left, and probably less than that, but at least at the most half a life.
Yeah.
And so it's like, okay, what do we want to do to make that impact?
I know. Yeah.
And again, I've never lived my life. I mean, even how we met, we actually met online back in 2002. People said we were crazy because that's when it was taboo.
Yeah, it was still kind of taboo in those
People
days.
said we were crazy because we met on February 2nd, talked on the phone for the first time February 4th, set a wedding date February 18th, and met in person March 4th. So we were meeting in person.
We were that crazy
To see who we were going to marry. We already knew it. We were like, okay, this is God sent. We just knew it.
It's
and
crazy.
now that we look back, we're like, okay, we for sure know. We look back at the different things we've been through, and we're like, okay, this was definitely God sent.
Yeah, my parents met and married 8 weeks later. So they met and married 8 weeks later.
Wow.
That's crazy.
Now we would have,
amazing.
because we were engaged 16 days later, and I'll be honest, she was in Kentucky, I was in Georgia, so we didn't get to spend much time together except the phone. And it was expensive back then. It wasn't like it is now.
Yeah.
And but it was like I believe within the first 2-3 weeks, if she'd like, you know what, I'm coming down, we get married, I probably would have said yes. And she probably would if we'd have said that. But her, of course,
was
her
trying
parents,
to finish out school.
trying to finish the school, and her parents. So we thought, we'll wait till October 5th of 2002, and which was 8 months later. So we still got married. I mean, from the time we met to the time we married was 8 months. That's still pretty quick for most people.
Yeah. I have a long distance boyfriend right now. It's actually months today, and we met like online. So, and he lives in Dallas here. So
awesome.
So see, that's how again you see it. We're about to be 19 years in.
Wow, that's crazy. Wow, that's amazing.
So, if you knew somebody, a friend of yours, and they want to do what you do, and they've got their phones out and they're trying to get started and being a content creator, what advice would you give that person?
Please never like hold back, and always like be yourself and try to put out like what you enjoy, because if you start out and like if you do something and if it's not genuinely you, your real you's gonna slip in sometime, and either they're gonna like it or they're gonna hate it and they're gonna leave. So please just always be like content with who you are as a person, and don't let anybody try to like tell you, oh, you should change the way you look, or you're not skinny enough, or you're not, big enough, or they try to like criticize like how you look and how you act, and just be who you are and be so happy with who you are, because he made you the way, he wanted to make you, and you are you, and you can be different. It's okay to be different. It is. And just don't listen to the hate, because there's some hard stuff that comes with it, but you just need to keep a strong understanding of who you are and what you want to do.
We haven't got a lot of hate yet, but we know that's coming because, as we grow in this, bringing more and more celebrities on, people love to hate celebrities. And if you're interviewing them, they're going to love to hate you too.
Yep. Yeah.
Or if they really love that celebrity and they feel like your question is out of bounds,
Right.
they're probably going to hate you.
They'll go crazy.
Oh,
Yeah.
So it's crazy. So as we come to a close here, what's next for you?
I would say I might have a podcast in the works.
Oh,
And I actually want to do that with my mom because I did
Cool.
yeah.
with my mom and they loved those videos. And then I think maybe like a little clothing brand might be coming soon.
Cool.
I don't know how much I can say, but is what I am aiming for right now. So.
And if you're going to do video, I recommend what we use, StreamYard, because as you can see, we can brand it up there and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
StreamYard's much better than a lot of people are using Zoom, but I like StreamYard. And StreamYard on the higher end plan, the advanced plan, you can actually stream to 8 different accounts at once.
Wow.
Okay. Now Instagram don't let you tap in. It kind of sucks because I would love to be able to do that, but because that would grow that really quick, but they don't let you tap in, but maybe one day they will. And I think TikTok is trying that out where they're allowing some of the big influencers to be able to stream in from a third party thing. Yeah. And so eventually they might do, but right now it's mainly like, of course, Facebook and YouTube. We're on both of those.
I'll definitely keep that in mind. Thank you, StreamYard. Okay.
And see, somebody just made a comment. I'm able to pull the comment up.
Oh, yes.
You'll have to go back and watch because it's been great with her.
Yes.
He's one of our YouTube buddies.
Yes. Hey, Joe.
And see, that's one great thing about StreamYard. Again, you can't do that with Zoom, but on StreamYard, when people comment, you can pull the comment right up in the screen.
Yeah, that's so cool. Oh, yeah. I will definitely keep this in mind.
To us, it's one of the best. So
we love it.
So as we close out here, tell everybody how they can find you and any final parting words.
Okay. You guys can follow me on Instagram and TikTok at Jordan Beckham _. And then on Snapchat, it's Jordan P. Beckham. And then I just want to say thank you guys so much for having me. Like, it's been amazing. Thank you guys so much.
Well, we really enjoyed it, and we look forward to having you back down the road for some updates, especially with some stuff that you're doing.
Yeah. Yes. Thank you, guys.
All right, you have a great day.
All right, thanks so much.